Speaking of like, joining us now, he's coming up at 10 a.m. The Fight and Joe Morrissey Show. He's got some breaking news, Ben. Look, remember that old E.F. Hutton commercial?
No.
When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen.
Yes.
This is like when Joe Morrissey talks, people listen. Now, Morrissey's got his own show on the John Frederick Radio Network, 100.5 FM, WJFN radio.com. Yes, Joe will get an app soon. But look, Joe, he was a prosecutor, and then he was one of the best defense attorneys in the history of Virginia, criminal defense.
Yep.
So when he weighs in on a legal topic, pay attention.
Yeah.
Joe, you've got some breaking news coming up on your Fighting Joe show. Give us a little tidbit. Whet our appetite, Joe Morrissey. By the way, you're here with AFP's former director, the man that made AFP what it is today in Virginia, Ben Markey.
Hey, Joe.
Ben, how are you?
Wonderful.
I hope that there's enough oxygen in the room after Frederick finishes speaking for you to breathe normally.
We had to open some doors to keep from creating an airlock.
I understand that. I understand that entirely. But anyway, folks, nice listening to you both. John, there is such a thing as karma, and I fully believe that if you engage in nefarious activities, it's going to find the light of day. What I do, Ben, is I share people with the facts, and then they make their own judgment. All right, here's what I'm hearing from multiple sources in Richmond regarding who leaked the information on Lieutenant Governor Fairfax. Everybody knows there was an allegation of sexual impropriety on Fairfax's part in 2004 during the Democratic National Convention. Then after that came out and he rebutted it, folks started focusing on how did that get out there. Here are the facts, all right? And not any spin, but I'm just giving you the facts. The Mayor Stoney has made no secret that he wants to seek the governor's office in 2021. Justin Fairfax has made no secret that he wants to seek the governor's office in 2021. Mm-hmm. If Fairfax is elevated to governor, he becomes the governor for 3 years and essentially is reelected in 2021, thereby pushing Stoney off the political spectrum. Mm-hmm. So here's what occurred. One of Stoney's former cabinet folks, Thad Williamson, Director of Economic Empowerment, is married to Adria Sharp. She's the Executive Director of the Richmond Peace Education Center. Adria Sharp was in communication with the alleged victim of the Fairfax matter, Professor. Help me out, Al. The Professor Tyson. All right? So then Schaff screenshots the communications with Tyson, and it's disseminated, and that's what started the recent brouhaha. Well, as it turns out, like I said, Adria Sharp is married to Thad Williamson, and what I'm hearing from at least 3 sources is that Stoney was the maestro that orchestrated the dissemination of that information. Stoney does not want to see Fairfax become governor because it thwarts his plans. And remember what I said the other day. Every hour, every day that Northam remains in office brings a stronger likelihood that he does not resign.
Joe, do you see? And I have heard some of these whispers myself, and I've been wondering. And it doesn't take a leap of faith to connect the dots. This certainly does, whether true or not true. I mean, there's the subject of whether it is true, of course, and this accuser has to be given her fair chance to say what she wants to say, and of course, the lieutenant governor has to be presumed innocent, until proven guilty. But is there something to be said here? Does this have the feel? Because we all know who Mayor Stoney used to work for, Governor McAuliffe. This to me from the get-go has had the hallmarks of a Bill Clinton style hit. And we all know that Terry McAuliffe is, the king there. Is there a connection here to Governor McAuliffe perhaps?
Well, here's the connection, but it takes a U-turn. Governor McAuliffe, like other leading Democratic candidates for president, called for the resignation of Governor Northam. Thereafter, Stoney had no choice, since he is a McAuliffe acolyte, to jump on that bandwagon. But it quickly became aware that, wait a second, Northam resigns, Fairfax is in for 3 years, and then, as you and I both know, 98% chance he is actually elected then governor in 2021. Something had to occur to stall that.
Yeah.
So therein lies the reason for the smear of Fairfax.
Yeah.
I'm a former prosecutor, and I said the other day that there is not a de minimis amount of evidence suggesting that Fairfax did it, but from a legal standpoint, there is zero evidence. This matter was investigated by the Post 13 months ago. They didn't even run a story.
Yeah.
And the Post reported that they both in parties had different versions. But what we do know is this. Again, I'm all about facts
Yes.
on my show. We do know that the young lady at the time met a young Justin Fairfax at the convention. He was a 24-year-old law student. Both parties claimed that they went to his hotel room voluntarily. Both parties say that they engaged in consensual kissing. All right, that's when the stories diverge. She claims it became an act of forceful sexual aggression. He says absolutely not, and then went on to say, why would she invite me up to New York to meet her mother a week later? So from a prosecutorial standpoint, there is zero evidence. It goes nowhere. But that's a lot different in the world of politics. The question is, who leaked this story and why was it leaked? And quite frankly, I don't want the mayor engaging in that type of behavior. I want him running the city and doing the best that he can, not posturing to take another person out. Another fact is this that's circulating in Democratic circles is that there is not only no love lost between Stoney and Fairfax, but Stoney was not NOT supportive of Fairfax winning election as lieutenant governor because he viewed him as a opponent or a threat.
Yeah, I'm with Joe. I tend to side with what you're saying here as opposed to the governor himself or his team. I don't think this is coming from the governor or his team. This has all the hallmarks of an old-fashioned Clinton hit. And I'm not saying Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, but more that team, Clinton-esque. And I think, and obviously, you have Levar and Terry, Governor McAuliffe side by side. Hey, we've all worked in politics. None of us believe in coincidence.
No, not at all.